It looks like we've got a new and improved version.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It is I, Protector Cross, and today we're going to be doing another Dragon Ball GT video on why Hell and how it's portrayed in GT is a plot hole, along with the existence of Super 17. Now, this video may not be as long as my other Dragon Ball GT videos, but it also is a little longer than what would be put into a short. And that is because I kind of don't like making shorts. I'm not good at it. That is a Bijou Berry thing 100%. His shorts are amazing. Mine are and I'm fine with that. I like longer content videos. So, without further ado, let's dive into why this is a plot hole and why it's bad. So, let's dive into what we know about Hell in the canon of Dragon Ball. Now, first of all, we know that Hell exists under the clouds of Otherworld's check-in station and upper mid area. Well, we know that whenever Goku is taking part in the Snake Way challenge to reach his training, with King Kai, he's explicitly told by an ogre, hey, if you fall off into Hell, which is underneath the clouds, there is no coming back. We are then later told by Piccolo in response to Vegeta's question if he would see Goku in the afterlife, that he in fact would not see Goku, that he would actually be put into a different plane of existence where his memories would be stripped of his body and his soul would just be reincarnated and he would come back as a completely new person. We're never told the process of this cleansing at all. We just know that when Vegeta died, because of how accepting of his fate, it was a surprise to Goku that that King Enma had kept his body around and decided to give him that chance as a backup emergency, whereas someone who was accepting of their past mistakes probably should have been reincarnated instantaneously. We also know that in the case of Kid Buu, he was basically evil incarnate. He was a wild child, to say the least, and he was just acting out. And when he died, King Enma, as a favor to Goku, pretty much just reincarnated him instantaneously, probably just to not have to deal with him in Hell, having to put him into Hell, like he had to do with Raditz and everyone else who comes through there. Now, we continue into the canon lore with the Dragon Ball Super manga. We see Frieza is in Hell, but we are told that this isn't Hell as it probably is for everybody. We're told this is Hell for Frieza only. He is in a cocoon, being tormented by the most pleasant things in the world imaginable, reliving his defeat at the hands of really Goku and Vegeta. Vegeta beat him down, but Goku did do the final blow. So he's reliving that, surrounded by the cute, cuddly animals. We also see this in Resurrection F, which is also canon to the Dragon Ball Super manga. Now, while he is here, it is to be taken that Frieza refuses to be cleansed. He refuses to, basically give in and say he's sorry in a sense. So he is now being tormented and they're trying to whittle him down, and that's my perspective. There is no real, information on how that was really happening. I mean, I'd have to check some Akira Toriyama statements for the Resurrection F movie, but I'm not doing that for this video. If there needs to be a second part of this video, I will make it, and I will put all that stuff in it. Or you know what? In the editing, I will put up any interviews that I missed on the screen, and you can just read it there. So, that is currently what we know about Hell and the canon of Dragon Ball. One, if you are a dead person and you're allowed to keep your body and go train with King Kaio, or even jump off the edge of the check-in station, beneath the clouds is Hell. Once you enter in beneath the clouds, you are eternally trapped in Hell. And then we learn that people who go to Hell will have their memories erased and they will be cleansed. We're not given a specific time, And in Frieza's case, he gets his own special section to be cleansed within. So we know that everyone who goes to hell does not stay in hell. They are whittled down, and then they are reincarnated. This isn't like Christian hell. This is more like a Buddhist hell. And Buddhist hells exist only to keep your soul there and cleanse it and move you to a reincarnated phase so that you can restart the life cycle over. Well, technically it's Hinduism. Hinduism started this, basically. But that's besides the point. So it's to put you in that other plane of existence and give you a fair chance at doing better to get a better afterlife. And that is Dragon Ball's Afterlife. They are not, like in Christian hell, they're not just tortured and tormented wandering around. I mean, they could be, like in Frieza's case, but after a while they will leave that hell and become someone new, like Kid Buu becoming Oob. So, when it comes to the Dragon Ball Z anime, yes, I know there is filler. There is a lot of filler. Like Goku falling again and going to hell and then escaping hell. Of course, that's not canon. But we're gonna address it solely because Dragon Ball GT is. But the fans always like to say, well, Dragon Ball GT is a sequel to the anime. The anime is an adaptation of the manga. And that means that the manga rules still apply with the anime. It just has added leniency because Toei. Now, when we get that though, we do get that same scene in the anime where Piccolo tells Vegeta how hell works for people who are evil and die. And that is both in the anime and the manga. In fact, I'm going to play a clip of the anime where, Piccolo talks to him and he's able to freely express that there is no coming back and there is no good afterlife for Vegeta right now.
You won't see it. You've taken the lives of far too many innocent people. When you die, your body will cease to exist, and your soul will be sent to a very different world than the one where Goku's soul wound up. Once there, you will be cleansed, your memory erased, and you will be turned into a new life form.
So now that we've established that dialogue is in both the anime and the manga, we have clear rules on how hell works. And in Resurrection F, we have further details that show us that is how Earth works. You are sent to a hell, a planet's hell, as there is districts. Each planet has their own personal hell. So you're sent there and you are then going to be basically tormented until you're repentive enough that your soul and memories can be cleansed and reincarnated into another person. Now, in Frieza's case, he gets his own special hell within Earth's hell. We don't know if this is the case for everybody, but we do know this is the case for Frieza. He is in his own personal hell. Now, like I said earlier, Toei for some reason has this mindset that hell works like a Christian hell. Everyone's like can roam around. They're not being tormented as much for some reason in that filler scenes. And GT continues this trend. Dr. Mew is killed off-world as far as I remember, and he ends up in hell with Dr. Gero. And we see that in Dragon Ball GT, things that are in hell just don't make sense. Dr. Gero and Dr. Mew have access to advanced sciences, and in the short amount of time of Dr. Mew being there with Dr. Gero and, meeting up as scientist buddies all of a sudden, have enough time to build a replica, a machine mutant android replica of Android 17. Now, while you can take physical beings and turn them into machine mutants, and they're kind of like a hybrid type of thing, Hellfighter 17 is not a hybrid. He is a literal artificial construct like 16 was, designed to look just like 17. And he's based on machine mutant technology, and guess what? Machine mutants were mostly just robots, honestly. And that being said, they create this replica in hell with what technology the world of Dragon Ball may never ever see. And they use this version of 17 to mind control our real 17 to open the gates of hell so that they may invade and they can fuse. Now, note, Android 17 is he's an artificial human, as the actual direct translation is, but he's a cyborg. And what makes him a cyborg, however, is he only has really very few mechanical components within him. That is stated in Dragon Ball Z's manga, that he has very few mechanical parts within him. The parts that he does have are fail-safes, basically. He has the mind control device, basically, that allows Dr. Gero to shut him on or off, basically. And he has a bomb inside of him capable of destroying him as the backup of the backup. Well, the controller for the mind control thing gets destroyed. The bomb gets removed by Shinron. So really he has one mechanical component within his body, and that is the mind control, maybe just the wiring. And the rest of it is actually cellular biology enhancements that Dr. Gero has expertly crafted into 17 and 18. Hellfighter 17 does not have this. He's powerful, yes, but he is more like 16. He is a complete artificial construct. He is not human at all. Now, here's where it gets confusing. You're telling me that a completely artificial being, he's not any part biologically human or anything. He is created in hell where there are no human biological masses. And he is then fused with human 17 or cyborg 17 into Super 17. That makes absolutely 0 sense right there. 0 sense. And that is because you can't have canonically how fusion works. While you do need to be about roughly the same shape and size for the fusion dance, and then you have the Patora, they kind of just merge into each other. They don't do a dance, they don't have Patora, they merge into each other in some weird form of fusion. But it makes no sense how a biological being can fuse with a non-biological machine and then create a body that is more biologically and cyborg. It's a weird concept, and it's a weird execution. And Super 17, while he himself isn't the plot hole, the way Hellfighter 17 gets made, Dr. Mew and Dr. Gero able to come together in hell, everyone roaming hell, it makes no sense at all. Now, let's look at this. So, Super 17 is very powerful. I get it. He's a cool character. He feels kind of forced into the Dragon Ball GT mythos. It's like, hey, we need something in between these sagas, and they settled on something. But how does Dr. Mew, who's killed way over here at point A, come and meet up with Dr. Gero, who has been dead for a long time now, like a decade or more? How has he not been cleansed? As Piccolo stated in the anime, evil people will be basically sent to another area, which is hell, where they will be cleansed of their memories and reincarnated. How is he not cleansed and reincarnated by now? Now, like I said, in Frieza's case, he's very evil, he's very stubborn, but Dr. Gero, he's human. He may have enhancements, but he is human, and he will break a lot quicker than most people, I guarantee it. How is he still in hell? And like I said, he can't use, it's an anime. Like I shown you in that clip with Piccolo, he states that's how it works in the anime. So Dr. Gero should not be in hell anymore. He should be reincarnated. Like, he's been in hell for like over a decade, and he would be being tormented and broken down every single second of every single day until he is viable for the reincarnation process. And there's not a lot to break down. He was mostly just a brain and an enhanced, biomechanical body. But it was more mechanics than human body at that point. And then we look at things like, we're shown that Android 19 is in hell. How is a artificial being in hell but Android 16 isn't in hell. Now, Android 16 is technically innocent. I guess he'd be in heaven, but machines don't have souls. They can't reincarnate. They can't be cleansed and all that good jazz. They are machines. That's the entire purpose of the sacrifice of 16. He is a machine. He does not come back. Shinron cannot bring machines back because they are not living. They are just inorganic beings. Artificial, if you will. Yeah, that's not the case with 17 and 18, and so it's just kind of it's a plot hole, and there's no way around it. There is a level of, you just have to stop coping that GT is good. Now, I get it. Some people who probably have stuck around are like, well, GT is bad. But I'm pretty sure there's still some people who like GT on my page, or my, in my subscribers. But this is a plot hole. It goes against the very words said in the anime. The very words. And those words are also said in the manga. I mean, what more can you want? I know I probably said I mean more, so if you watch this video and you counted how many times I said I mean, take a shot and have the best night you've ever had. I mean, why not? This has been Protector Cross, and I made this thumbnail the other day, and I figured it's time for me to pump out another video and discuss the plot holes. And I get some of this video is more of me kind of like rambling on about my opinion, and I'm sorry for that, but that's kind of what this channel is about, for me to ramble on and state the opinions and what's happening in the manga canonically. And I just get a lot of I got a few fans of GT, and I like to discuss how GT is bad, and GT videos kind of get views. And well, next time I'll probably be doing a super video, or who knows. I actually have a ton of videos lined up, and I hope you stick around after watching this video so you can watch them all. I am Protector Cross, and I am signing off. Please like, comment, and subscribe. In fact, comment what is your favorite part of Dragon Ball GT that you think is not a plot hole. Comment that down below, and maybe it'll be a video in the future. Have a good night, have a good day, have a good everything. I am signing off, and this is Protector Cross.